What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special crossover episode of Any Intermissions. I'm here with, I'll let her introduce herself here in a second, but I'm here in a really cool gym we're going to hear about. So tell us who you are and tell us where we're at.
Yeah, my name is Krystal Peterson. We're at Equip Fitness, powered by FCA, and it's at Bethel Church here in Richland, Washington.
Love it, love it. And tell us your story as an athlete.
My story, I guess I've always kind of been bent towards athletics. I played all the sports in high school, fast pitch softball, basketball, volleyball, track and field, and went to college for college basketball.
Come on, and don't sell yourself short. Now tell us the other story of your athleticism with this world.
Yeah, so after I had my last set of kids, twins, back in 2015, I was introduced to the sport of CrossFit. And so that was because I had a special needs daughter. I couldn't take her to a traditional global gym. And one of my friends just said I could bring her with in a stroller and started that sport there. Long story short, eventually made it to the CrossFit Games in 2021.
And she's very humble about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So not many people are going to say that out loud.
Well, I think a lot of things aligned to let me allow me to go there. But yeah, hard work did pay off. Absolutely.
Now tell us your story with FCA.
Yeah, so I wasn't planning on coming on staff. I volunteered on a school campus as a SALT leader or a SALT parent with one of my children. And a few more years went by, I did it with another child, and then Zenon came along and said, hey, we want you on staff. We'd love to have you on the team. And I said, I don't know if the timing is right. And so another year went by. My twins, when I started CrossFit, they now are going into kindergarten. And RJ, our Pacific Northwest Regional Director, came to town, and he met with me and he said, hey, what put your heart on fire? And I said, you know what, I really love coaching. I love coaching athletes of all ages and empowering them to see the potential in themselves that they don't yet see. And so he said, let's go, let's do it. Whatever you feel the Lord's leading you in. And so he was definitely leading me in this vision. This is a vision here that the Lord gave me to include the garage door. That might not be in the video here, but it's been a great ride, and I've just learned a lot about following the Lord and listening.
That's amazing. So you kind of alluded to it a little bit with the FCA and the Bethel. You've thrown those two names out. Talk about the partnership between the two, the local church, how this all came about, and the journey it took to get this officially completed and now operating.
Yeah, so I've been a member at Bethel since I moved to the Tri-Cities back in 2014, so 10 years ago, and being a part of this community here and leading Bible studies here at our church and just being really integrated, and then coming on staff with FCA as a full-time staff member, it allowed me the avenue and I guess the confidence to go in front of our elders and just ask for permission to be able to lean into what I felt the Lord was leading me in. And so I felt very empowered by what the Lord was asking me to do, and I presented a model to them. And we created a partnership agreement for 10 years to be able to operate this space and be able to operate FCA out of this facility.
And then the story too of the army that you had behind you that helped put this together. That was the coolest thing for me to see. Your husband is a genius when it comes to just figuring things out and executing it. And the word execute is what I think of when I think of you. Because I remember 2 years ago, or 2 fundraisers ago, you presented this video. This used to be a stage. Where we're at right now used to be a stage where we were standing on, you were talking to an audience out there. Hey, watch this cool video, what it could be. Fast forward a year later, it's here and it's running. So that's props to you and your army of supporters. It's super inspiring. It's amazing. But talk about the impact that you hope to see through Equip Fitness that your gym members have, and that you kind of hope to see happen through all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an organic community, meaning like we're not going to bait and switch anybody. People from all over the community come in here, various religions, various people that don't know the Lord, and people that know the Lord really well. And so it's just a great mix of individuals that are in here. And my heart is that they come to know the Lord through interactions and through influence. And that's my goal, is to lead without needing many words, but that they know through our love and how we coach them, how we care about them as a human. It just attracts them to know our why.
That's amazing. So you've shared a little bit about how you want people to know the Lord. Let's talk about how you got to know the Lord, your faith journey, and how it's led to this passion to want to see others know the Lord.
Yeah, I mean, I came to know the Lord at a very young age and accepted Jesus into my heart when I was in a middle school camp.
Yeah.
Go Camps. And it was just great. Like I've traditionally through high school played a lot of sports. I'd say those were my idols. In college, really started learning who Jesus was as a personal relationship and somebody that I could trust and go to. And then moved overseas right out of college and was literally physically alone and on my own. And so that's where I had that I think pivotal moment in my life where I had the decision to say, am I going to follow a lot of other people with partying and crowds, or am I going to really choose to dig into my relationship with the Lord? And I'm so glad that he was right there. And so I did that, and that was my trajectory. I think a big step was moving back here also in 2014 and plugging in deep with my church and getting really rooted in learning how to study God's Word.
That's good. You just told your story perfectly right there. That was good. It's like you rehearsed that.
No.
That's legit.
Just trying to keep it succinct.
We can all learn from that. Anyways, Shara, I know this is, how long have you been open here at Equip Fitness now?
Since February.
So not too long.
Yeah,
but
a couple months.
Yeah, but you have a lot of relationship with people who followed you into this space. Maybe something already has happened here or not, but I know you've done a lot of this Equip Fitness at your home gym that you've had and just throughout your story.
Yeah.
Can you share a memorable moment you've seen somebody have because of a ministry like this that you've experienced firsthand?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit on it. This journey started outside of this gym where I was discipling coaches and athletes before coming here. It was kind of like a test pool that I didn't even know I was doing. Yeah. And now I would say my biggest story is a few of my coaches that they were not coaches in this space. They didn't have this expertise, but one was a teacher beforehand and does spin classes, and another one had done group fitness before, never did any CrossFit or functional fitness. And now they're I just see them blooming and being able to be confident enough to be in this space with a loaded class and being able to manage a 1 hour span of a lot of moving parts. And we customize to all levels in here. I call it personal training in a group fitness setting. That is what I'm seeing right now in the early onset, because I've been walking alongside my coaching team for over a year prior to opening and developing them not just like relationally and digging in with the Lord, but also for them to be very equipped with technical skill sets so that we can level up our coaching always.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's so awesome. Share with us maybe a goal that you have for this space. Like I know you probably have a lot of goals, a lot of targets. Like what's one goal that just keeps coming to your heart that you can see in here?
Yeah, for people to know the Lord. I know that we have people in here that maybe are following a different religion or a different type of practice, or they're not quite sure who the Lord is, but that's my goal. That's it.
Yeah, I love it. Know the Lord. Come on now. All right, now I know you've used the word every a few times. Yeah. Share with everyone again, who is this space for? Because if someone walks in here, it could be intimidating, right? Just like walking into a gym, but just walking into this space and like, oh man, look at that. That's hard. I can't pull myself up on that, or those rings, or
for sure.
There's some heavy weights. Who is this gym for?
Yeah, it's for all and every. We have toddlers in here with their moms, and they kind of stay on the outside so moms can bring kids in. Our classes start at age 5.
That's awesome.
And our oldest member, I think, is 84. And
Let's go.
And so it's for every, and that's always been my heartbeat. I love coaching adults, mostly adults that are more seasoned than me in life, and that they can teach me a lot about just wisdom and patience and all the things that I lack in. And I love to be able to coach them athletically in here and prove that everyone's an athlete.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Now share with somebody out there right now who's just struggling to start. I think that's always one of the biggest hurdles, right? Is just start on their fitness journey. It can be intimidating because of setback or insecurities or a number of reasons that you probably see every single day in the people you work with. What advice do you have for that person?
Yeah, I say that, the enemy's always at work. He'll find ways to stop us from what we can flourish in, and I think the first step is just making a little step, nothing big. I always tell athletes here, like it's hard work. You work hard in here, but we manage everything so that you're successful in whatever movement you're doing. But I always tell them the only thing they need to do is show up.
Yeah.
We'll do everything else. They just need to walk through that door. People will shake their hands, and then we help them get through the rest of the hour. And so for that space, that's what I tell everybody. That's the first step. Just get here. Just come. But if you're at home and you're like, I just don't even know where to start, that's not really my thing, or I don't live in that area, I always tell people just make it something very small that you can just start today. And it might just be like starting to walk. It might be starting to move in certain ways. But yeah.
That's amazing. So first step, show up. Second step, know the Lord.
Yeah, that's great.
That's the goal. Hey, no, it's an honor to be on the same team as you.
Yeah.
It's an honor to see, again, I used it earlier, but the word execute. To watch you execute everything you've talked about since I've met you is truly inspiring. That's what separates you from so many other people. How you delegate and develop people. You talked about that earlier. She does develop her coaches are incredible. So thank you on behalf of FCA, just this community, what's happening, and super excited to see everything you continue to talk about come true, because that's what you do. So good job, drop the hot seat. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.